Hey, Melissa Maley here, and I just wanted to show you my chicken noodle soup recipe. This is a homemade chicken soup that I actually grew up on, and what you're going to do is get a big pot. This is about maybe 5 to 6 quart pot, but I put water in the bottom of it, along with a Tyson's chicken, one of the whole ones, the young chicken. And this one was probably about 5 pounds or so, and I let it boil for about 2 hours. Just enough right now for the meat to come off the bone easily and the skin. So since this has been boiling just in the water for 2 hours, what I'm going to do right now is take it out of the pot and put it in my strainer over here, and I'm going to let it cool down so that way I can shred it. And in the meantime, I've already chopped up 2 pounds of baby carrots and just a whole bag of celery. And I'm going to put that in the pot and let that cook, and then I'll begin to season it. Okay, so what I did was I took the chicken right out of the pot here and I put it in a strainer so any of the broth from the chicken would be underneath catching, and then I would dump the rest of the broth inside of this pan. The chicken right now, while it's cooling, once it's cool, I'll be able to pull it apart, just grab some forks, start shredding it up, take the bones out and the skin out, and then I will put it back in the pot. Right now, what I have in the pot is the carrots that I showed you, I cut up, and the celery. That's all I put in here with the leftover water from the chicken. And then that can stay on like a medium heat. You're going to keep it covered, but before we do that, we're going to season it. And what I do is I put in about a big tablespoon of parsley, and then 2 big tablespoons of garlic powder. I already made this past week. My kids have been homesick this whole last week, and I made a big pot of this chicken soup this week, and it just already went. And in fact, my husband took the last of it to work today. Everybody seems to be getting sick or was sick or is feeling down, and this soup is just perfect. In fact, my son, who is about 11, he was texting me from his bed upstairs when I was making this soup last week. He couldn't get out of bed. He just had the flu so bad. He felt horrible. And he kept texting, "Mom, is the soup done yet? Is the soup done yet?" And like 25 times maybe. And so he was so excited to have the soup, and he told me how it made him feel so much better after he had it, and it just, I don't know, it just warmed my heart. So I'm making some more, and I wanted to show you guys because this is like the perfect time to be eating soup. So my next thing I did was do about half a teaspoon of salt. Okay, so after that half teaspoon of salt, then I'll do a whole teaspoon of pepper, and it's just black pepper. And then a big heaping teaspoon, or tablespoon, tablespoon, this is the important part, of poultry seasoning. And this will make that soup taste amazing because, you know, chicken noodle soup is chicken soup. I mean, it's not, you know, anything fantastic, but I'm telling you what, I'm telling you that this soup is amazing. It has so much flavor. And my husband will tell me every time he eats it, it's the best soup. I only have a tiny bit in there, so I'm just going to dump it. Best soup he's ever had. I mean, it's so delicious. It's so flavorful. So after that, then you're going to take some bouillon cubes. This is the one to get. These chicken bouillon cubes are like 1.5 cubes. They're like big. So 1.5 cubes, so I do 3. So that would equal like 4.5 or so, give or take. But I put them in here already, and they're smushy. So I already smushed them up. 3 of them I did for this size pot. And I'll just dump them in. And they'll just melt in there. And then stir it up And so while that's cooking, you're only going to be boiling it down till the veggies are tender. But in the meantime, while that's boiling, on like a medium heat, just watch it because you don't want it to run over. And then over here, what I'm going to do in the meantime while this is boiling, I'm going to take all the chicken right off this and I'm going to add it to this and just let it cook because that chicken is going to just absorb all that flavor. And then, in the meantime, I'm going to boil down this macaroni right here. And this is, looks like rice, but it's not. It's actually a pasta. And it's something that I do for my soup. I really like to use pastinas, which is the little dot macaroni. We're down here in the South and we don't always have it readily available in all the stores, so I get what I could find. Besides this, you could find maybe the little ditalini macaronis or the little stars. They're all cute. Anything that would work for soup. So I like to change it up, whatever I could find. And I'm going to do this, and then I will add that at the very end once those veggies are tender, because you don't want to add it in too soon because then the macaroni gets really soggy. So, okay, so we'll check back and I'll show you once it starts looking pretty much done. Okay, so what I did next was I put the chicken in and I let it boil with the carrots and the celery and all the seasonings. And in the meantime, I went ahead and boiled the pasta, and that's in there as well. So what you want to do is just make sure your veggies are done, they're tender, you'll feel it with the spoon or taste it, however you want to do it. And then it's ready to serve. So I'm just going to show you it in the bowl. It smells so great. And this is like the perfect thing when you feel like you might be coming down with something, which I do right now, feel that way, and everybody seems to be having a touch of something. So I just thought I'd show you it in the bowl and how pretty it is. And it has so much flavor. And that's homemade chicken soup. So please subscribe for all my future videos. Leave me your comments, leave me your suggestions. I love hearing from you. And thanks again for watching.